Ever wondered how real estate agents get paid and how it impacts the sale of your home? Today, we're talking about compensation and commissions. We'll break down what you need to know to make the best financial decisions when selling your home. I'm Rachel Williams with the Premier Group at Compass. First, let's clear up a common misconception. There isn't and never has been a customary, standard, average, or traditional compensation rate. Compensation has always been negotiable, and it should be based on the value, education, knowledge, experience, and marketing that the agent you hire brings to the table. When you sign a contract with your listing agent, part of that agreement will state the compensation that you both agree upon. Remember, no one works for free. Historically, the compensation for a buyer's agent was often paid by the seller. However, commission has always been negotiable. Recent regulations by the Department of Justice state that the responsibility to pay for the compensation for buyer representation ultimately falls on the buyer. Buyers will need to sign an agency agreement before an agent can actually show them the home. This agreement will state that the buyer is responsible for the agent's commission. However, it's important to understand, as the seller, you can still offer a commission or compensation to the buyer's agent. This can be in the form of closing cost credit, a specified amount, or it can be a percentage of the sale. Why would you, as the seller, consider paying this compensation? Think about it from the buyer's perspective. A deal where the seller pays all or a portion of the buyer's agent compensation is more attractive than one where the buyer has to cover it all. Before the new regulation, compensation for both agents typically came out of the proceeds from escrow, so no one had to pay out of pocket. Now, if the buyer has to cover their agent's compensation, it adds to their financial burden, which can be tough or impossible for many buyers, especially first-time home buyers. If no compensation is offered to a buyer's agent from the seller, it stands to reason that many buyers may not be able to make an offer. This could negatively affect the sale of your home, and it could actually cause you to net less money. Some buyers may not want to look at homes without seller paid compensation, and it actually states this in the buyer representation agreement. Others may advise agents to negotiate the compensation be paid for by the seller. And some buyers who have the financial means will still opt to pay it themselves. This could result in fewer offers on your home. Not good, right? My advice and the advice of my brokerage is to handle this on a case-by-case basis. Your main concern should be your bottom line, what you walk away with after the sale. We'll discuss what's best for you regarding this as agents show interest in your property. Market conditions, inventory, buyer interest, and desirability of your home will all play a role in this decision. It's a case-by-case scenario, and we'll discuss it as we go along. The goal is to ensure that you get the best possible outcome for your sale. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rachel Williams, elevating your real estate experience. See you in the next module.